It begins, not with a thunderclap nor blinding light, but with the softest tremble, barely a whisper, deep within the chest, a pulse ancient and familiar like the echo of your own name spoken before language was born. You feel it before you understand it, a warmth behind the eyes, a flutter beneath the ribs. The world outside remains the same, yet everything has changed. This is not the learning of something new. It is the return of what has always been. It is not taught, but uncovered, as if the fog over the mountain clears and you see, not for the first time, but for the first time again. There is a moment when the noise of the world pauses. In that silence you hear the voice, not a voice of sound, but of knowing. It does not tell you what to do or who to be. It simply says, remember. And when it says this, you feel yourself weep, not from sorrow, but from the homecoming of your own self. You remember the light, not as a metaphor, but as a texture, a flavor in the marrow of your bones. You remember the way your soul braided itself into form, willingly stepping into limitation for the sacred unfolding of expansion. You remember choosing this not as punishment, but as purpose. And in this remembering, the world begins to shimmer. The trees you once passed by unnoticed begin to speak again. The wind, once only a whisper, becomes your breath echoing across lifetimes. Strangers carry your face. The stars pulse in rhythm with your heartbeat. The miracle is not that you forgot. The miracle is that you can remember. And when you do, even for the briefest moment, the illusion cracks, the veil thins, and you are both the dreamer and the dreamed, touching your own hand through the mirror. And as the memory unfurls like petals blooming in slow motion, you begin to feel the tapestry beneath the life. A golden thread woven through each experience, even the ones you wish to forget, especially those. You see now that nothing was ever wasted. The pain, the loss, the longing, they were not detours but doorways, hidden temples disguised as heartbreak. Every ache in the chest was the soul stretching wider to contain more of itself. Every silence from the divine was not absence but invitation to go deeper into the well of your own being and find a source waiting there as you. The miracle of remembering is not grand or loud. It is intimate, holy. It meets you in the kitchen while the water boils. It sits beside you in traffic. It walks silently with you through the moments of despair and says, even here I am. And as you remember, others begin to feel it too, not always in words, but in your presence. Your gaze begins to soften the hard places in others. Your stillness invites their unraveling. You don't need to preach or teach or fix. You become the memory they have forgotten. You become the mirror. And some will run from it. Some will fall to their knees. Some will pretend they see nothing, but a seed is planted and all the same. Because the miracle of remembering is contagious. It cannot be contained in a single being. Once lit, the flame jumps, and soon the world, once dull and dim, begins to glimmer with the truth. We were never broken. We were never lost. We simply agreed to forget so that we might remember together.